I found my elderly parents shivering outside my own home, while my in-laws partied inside like they owned the place. You know those moments in life when everything you thought you knew about someone shatters in an instant? That night I witnessed a betrayal so profound, so unbelievably cruel. It ripped through my entire world. My own parents in their 70s stood shivering, lips blue with cold, outside my front door while inside, my in-laws hosted an extravagant dinner party for strangers. A party I hadn't even authorized. My father, just months post-heart surgery, clutched his chest, and my mother could barely stand, her arthritis flaring from the freezing air. Nothing could have prepared me for that moment, or for how I made sure they'd never hurt my family again. Growing up, my parents were my everything. We didn't have much, but they sacrificed everything to give me the best. My dad worked 2 jobs for 20 years, his hands rough from labor but always so gentle when he held mine. My mom was a magician with a dollar, making sure I never felt the pinch. When I got into college, they emptied their meager savings without a second thought. They never once complained. Now they were frail. Dad's heart problems culminated in a triple bypass 8 months ago, leaving him fragile. Mom's rheumatoid arthritis had worsened, making even simple tasks a struggle. Despite it all, they were fiercely independent, living in our old ranch house just 15 minutes from my new home. Sunday dinners were sacred and I called them daily. They were my rock, beaming with pride at my career, framing my first business card. When I got my first big promotion, Dad cried with joy, saying I'd exceeded all his dreams. 7 years ago, I met Robert at an industry conference. He was charming, ambitious, and we just clicked. A whirlwind romance led to marriage within a year. Looking back, there were tiny red flags even then, ones I chose to ignore. Our early marriage seemed idyllic. We built our careers, bought a small condo, and on Sundays, Robert would make breakfast before we headed to my parents. He brought Dad special coffees, helped Mom with repairs. He seemed genuinely fond of them. But then the subtle shifts began. Robert would drop everything for his parents' calls, their opinions always outweighing everyone else's, including mine. My first encounters with Nancy and Walter, Robert's parents, should have been blaring sirens. They showed up to our engagement party in matching designer outfits, surveying my parents' modest home with barely concealed disdain. Nancy even commented on how charming it was to see simple living in this day and age, while Walter scoffed at my dad's pension plan. Wedding planning became a battleground. "You clearly haven't been to many proper weddings, dear," Nancy told me when I picked wildflowers. "Let me handle this so you don't embarrass Robert." Robert always minimized their behavior, calling his mother particular, saying they just wanted the best for us, that they came from a different world. And like an idiot, I believed him. I wanted to believe they'd warm up to us. My career took off much faster than Robert's, though I never gloated. 5 years in, I landed a pharmaceutical client that transformed our agency. It earned me a major promotion and a substantial bonus. When I called Robert with the news, his congratulations sounded genuine. But I came home to him sullen. "Great work," he mumbled, barely touching the champagne. "I guess I need to step up my game to keep up with you." I suggested using my bonus as a down payment on a house, something we talked about. That seemed to snap him out of it. He immediately called his parents. That weekend, Walter arrived with printouts of neighborhoods, all way above our budget. When I suggested more affordable options, Nancy patted my hand, utterly condescending. "This is why generational wealth matters, dear. You think small because that is what you know." Despite their interference, we've had full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.